Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ryan from Mama's Got a Budget, and thank you so much for joining me. So, in today's video, we are going to be doing the cash stuffing portion from the last video where I walk through my entire July budget. So if you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it in the cards above. So this is kind of like everyone's favorite part. The coup de grace is actually stuffing envelopes. I like watching this too, so I hope you do enjoy. But before we get into that, I do have a few church announcements, so let's get into the pre-announcements. Number one, thank you guys so much for your support in the last sale that I was in. I was in the Ultimate Planner sale. That was so much fun. I got to take over the Instagram and the Facebook Live and do all that. I'm getting more comfortable with doing lives. And thank you guys again to everyone who came to my YouTube live. I don't know, that was like a week ago by now, but thank you guys so much. So I'm getting more comfortable with doing lives and stuff like that. So if ever you see a notification pop up, just know that, just come and join me, okay? So we're probably not talking about anything specifically, but I do like hanging out with you guys and talking. So that's that. And speaking of lives and other platforms and things, I have officially launched my Patreon. I'll have the link down below. So yay! Right now there are 2 tiers. There's a $7.99 and a $9.99. So go ahead and check that out. And if you do want to see me with some premium exclusive content, last time I mentioned OnlyFans, but I guess I'll keep my clothes on for this segment. So we're not going to do OnlyFans. We're going to do Patreon. A lot of behind the scenes. We're going to have a new segment called Make It Make Sense. Shout out to the subscriber who came up with that. I'm sorry I forgot your name, girl. Let me know down below if that was you. But you were on the live and you were like, let's call it Make It Make Sense. So we're going to be doing that over there. Where I take someone else's budget who submits it anonymously. No, they submit it to me. I know who it is, whatever. And I anonymously go through their numbers and kind of like, what would Ryan do type of thing? What would MGB do? I don't know. That type of thing. So that's going to be over there. We're going to have Zoom calls with some theme to it. It's not just going to be like a live stream free-for-all. Those will be over there too. Live stream Q&As. But like themed Zoom calls. I got me like a new webcam, everything. I'm getting real official. So I was watching like Twitch setups and stuff. Girl, I'm getting all into it. So I'm super, super excited to be launching on a new platform and for you guys to be able to have even more budget content. So, also on there, I'll be going through my online income reports. A couple people have asked where those went to. So I'm going to move that over to Patreon. I'm thinking about the vlogs, but you guys let me know what you think if you want me to move the vlogs over there as well or keep them on the channel. But I think that's it as far as the announcements. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I haven't announced it on YouTube yet, but I do have subscriptions to my monthly limited edition kits if you guys want to get in on that. Those go live next week on the 15th. The sub spots are going to open up every month from the 15th to the 20th or until they fill up. If they don't fill up until the 20th, then they'll cut off. But if they fill up on like the 17th, which would be like biting off more than I can chew or anything, if it gets a little out of hand, then I'm going to shut it off. So those will be up on the 15th. I'm going to do a reveal on the Instagram for the shop. I'm going to be doing IGTVs for that, so be sure you stick around. New releases on the 10th and the 20th of every month. It's just a whole lot. I'm super excited. I'm super motivated, so go ahead and if you're interested in getting a discount every month for the limited edition, there are 2 packages for that. I'll have the link down below as well to the graphic, but you won't actually be able to see it on the website because it is deactivated until the 15th. That's another thing. It's only available on the actual Shopify website, not Etsy, because Etsy does not support that. So if you guys want to check it out, go ahead. It's an automatic bill. You guys get a discount on limited edition stuff and you won't have to worry about missing it anymore. So that's it for the announcements for now. Let's jump into first the budget for my paycheck for the first part of July, and then we'll do the cash stuffing. Okay, so if you guys are new here, I like to do the dual camera, dual screen type thing. So over here, I'm going to be talking to you guys so you can see my lovely face. Thank you guys so much for the compliments on my hair. I like it too. It's zhuzhy and big. Makes my face look a little more round, but that's okay. So over here so you can see my face, and then over here so you can see what I'm doing on the desk. It's an overhead shot. So we got a whole system going on. So I'm going to walk you through what I have so far. Now, in the last video, we did the budget on the computer. So if you see me looking over there, it's because I have my budget up on Excel over there still. But I wanted to hop back in on pen and paper because a lot of you guys saying that you don't use Excel for anything like that. You know what? We'll add the Excel portion over on Patreon as well. So if you want to see the digital budget, it'll be over on Patreon. So as far as pen and paper, this is my limited edition budget pack from July. Let me see if I can zoom out so you can see. This is what the cover looked like. The lighting is a little weird. I'm still trying to get used to this camera above, so excuse that. But every month I do have a limited edition budget pack. This is still available as a printable until, let me see, what's today? I'll take it down on the 20th. So if you want to kind of back budget, back plan, whatever, this is available as a printable. But then on the 1st, when September releases, you guys do not want to miss September, okay? When September releases, it'll be also in physical form. So this is what I use to track my budget, and we will go through it. Not as thoroughly as we have in the past because you guys are probably used to it by now, but let's see. So every good budget starts with your income, right? That's what we like to see. We're in the green. This is the positive portion of our budget. So I'm going to start at the top. So for salary, net, I already have these pre-filled because I didn't want to keep you too long. So my net salary is actually $1,734.48. Bonus for this pay period was $500. I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't even know if that should have been there. So if you missed my last video, so we were getting bonuses for COVID because we were working so dang on hard. But they never said, like, when was it supposed to start and stop. They kind of said, like, keep it hush-hush and all that. And I was like, oh, okay. So, like, you don't want to, because people were getting different amounts, right, based on what they were doing. So this might be low, and people probably got $1,500. I don't know. I know I'll work my ass off. $500 is good with me. So you can't really ask anybody, like, are you still getting your bonus? Because what if they weren't even getting a bonus whole time? So I don't know. I'm going to work it in. We'll see what happens. I'll probably just take it out my bonus at the end of the year if it's not supposed to be there, but we'll see. And then other income is really high because if you remember, I'm including my stimulus check and child support and a refund that I got back for him not being in summer camp for the entire summer because of COVID. So I had prepaid it. So I'm going to be taking it out of that expense and recognizing it as income. So then I can now move it down to another expense that you'll see as we move on. So my total for this first paycheck is $4,836.48. And that is super high for me. It's not always like this around here, but let's enjoy this together, okay? Yeah, so that's the income portion. And then down here, we move to debt. Now, I have 6 lines for debt, but I only have 2 active debts right now. I'm happy to say I paid off all of my credit cards before 2020 turned over. It was like December 30th, 2019. I paid that off. And then medical, I just paid off recently, I think in March or so. So these are zeros, but I like to have them here just in case anything happens, and as placeholders if I need to add them in the future. You know, you never know. So I like to have them there for zeros, and I have the space, so why not? So Carmex and Navient are my 2 main hoes right now. So for Navient, we're going to put down 60. It is still in deferment due to the pandemic, but I want to start putting money aside because it is due on September 30th. The first payment will be due, or they're going to like reinstate it on September 30th. So I want to start putting money aside now so that I won't have this unfamiliar expense come my second paycheck in September, if that makes sense. And then for CarMax, hold on, let me check. CarMax is going to be, my budgeted amount is $516, right? But because I have this extra income up here, I'm going to be putting more on my car with this paycheck. So I was actually able to get it up to $1,229.36. So that is more than double my payment, which is really, really good. I'm super excited about this. So of course my car loan is not, of course, but my car loan is less than my student loan. So I'm going to attacking that more aggressively than my student loan, because I mean, I don't see the end of the tunnel with that student loan, honestly. So that's where we are on that. So then if we add the 60 plus the 1229, we get $1,289.36. Okay, so let's go over to our summary. I always forget this part, but it's my favorite part. So my summary, we have our income minus our expenses, and then our net income for the total. So we start with the income, and that is what I'm pulling just from down here. We're going to pull this over here, 48, 36, 48. And then I added together debt and expenses, savings, cash envelopes, sinking funds, and then your net income. So that's what we're going to be chipping away at. Savings is kind of cramped in here for savings. I do admit I do need to add some extra lines. So this may just need to get smaller so I can fit in two. I personally need 2 more lines. Let me know if you guys have the budget packs or have them every month. Are there enough lines for you for expenses and debt and savings and spending and things like that? Let me know, because I'm always down to tweak stuff. Of course, it's going to get a facelift for next year, 2021. But if there's anything that I can change right now as far as like the number of lines or, you know, small things, please let me know. Don't hesitate to reach out. So down in my savings, I have retirement and HSA, emergency and Elijah, challenge, and automatic. Automatic is what I have set up with my bank, and that is $40 per month, so $20 per paycheck. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I get paid twice per month, so I take all my bills and divide them in half. That's the way that I like to move, because I don't like to get too lax or have big expenses hit one paycheck if I can help it. So if I know that all these fixed expenses are coming up, I like to cut them in half and pay them with every check. So that just goes into a general savings account at Chase, right? Challenge, I'm doing the 52-week savings challenge, and this week it is, let's see, weeks 25 and 24. So you add that together, and that is 49. Up top, retirement and HSA. HSA is a new line item. If you guys remember from the last video, I'm kind of an adult now. So if I add those together, those are a flat fee, flat deduction every month. And I decided to add HSA to the savings portion because it is savings, it's health savings account. So I was like, it probably makes more sense over here. But it's still an expense nonetheless. So my total here is $124.54. And then emergency and Elijah, I have another savings account at Chase, and then Elijah's over at Capital One. And you can manipulate, you can transfer however much you want. So as we move through the expenses and everything, I kind of like to dump what I have here as far as any change, whatever, so I can have a nice round number moving into the envelopes, the cash stuffing, sinking funds, and cash envelopes. So what I had left over was, so first of all, I like to see how much change I have to play with, like the decimal or whatever. So I had 59 cents. So I do set a goal of what I would like to contribute to emergency and would like to contribute to Elijah every month. That was in the last video as well. So I'm going to have it kind of split up right here, right? This income here is going to allow me to put a little bit more this paycheck than I would next paycheck. So if we add together what I'm able to do now, it is $854. Yeah, $854.59. So if we add these 4 items together, we're at $1,048.13. Hold on, let me get my calculator. Okay, so I had to bust out my calculator, right? Old school. another Casio that I found. So we got the 1048.13 here, right? So 1048.13, not at all. 1048.13. And then we're going to add in the debt from above, which is the 1289.36. So we're going to plug this number into our summary, which is $2,337. And that's going to be a negative. $2,337.49. All right, so we're going to put that there. That's coming off the income. Oh, crap. Okay, that's debt and... Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. This is debt and savings. We're going to change this around today. And then this is expenses. Okay, so debt plus savings is the $2337.49. Expenses will come from up above, which we're going to get into right now. So I like to list all my expenses out because, again, some months they may be there, some months they might not. I need to know what's fluid, what's moving, and it's easier to go back and see what variance you have if you can see that, oh, you're missing a whole amount on this line item. So the reason I'm breaking it out now is because I want to realize my real expenses. This is actually coming out of my check. So if I'm recognizing HSA and retirement, I should probably also recognize the medical, dental, vision, and life. And this is my employee portion, not my employer. So I added in kind of what I would be paying into my net salary over here in the income, and then I'm going to take it out as an expense. So hope that makes sense. My medical insurance is $216.02. You see that? My dental is dental is $42.50. Vision is $8.12, and then life is $1.43. Yeah, that's right. And then, so that's everything that comes out of my check. Obviously, my car insurance does it, but whatever. So I wanted to put all the insurances together. So car insurance for this paycheck is going to be $72.35. Again, that's cut in half, but I feel like it used to be way lower, like when I was like 21. Okay, so those are all the insurances. Moving down, cable and internet, I'm going to do $118.52. Rent, $200. Childcare, $210. Cell phone, $111.07. That's a lot. Okay, and then moving down here, I have all the memberships listed that I have. So I have Gym, Netflix, Spotify, iPass, iCloud, and Delta Sonic. Okay, so let's keep it moving. Cutting these in half. So the gym is $12.50. Netflix is $7.50. Spotify is... No, I'm sorry. Netflix is $6.50. Where's my... Thought I was going to make it through the video without using whiteout. I don't know why, because I fucked up down there. Okay, so Netflix is $6.50. Spotify is $7.50. iPass, I like to do $10, and that's for the full month. And iCloud is 99 cents, so I just dump that in somewhere that's for the full month. I don't split items too much. And then Delta Sonic is $6.50. Yes. Okay. So then moving down to the apps, I have Typic and Dunkin'. Typic is in the App Store for like Instagram stories and stuff. So that's $2.99. And then Dunkin', I like my coffee, so I put $20 on there per pay. Ish. So the last two line items here, unbudgeted and other. Of course, we don't know what unbudgeted is yet, so it's going to be $0 in the budget column. And other, let me see. Nope, I don't have any other expenses either. So that would be anything miscellaneous that probably won't occur the next time around. That makes sense. Okay, so adding up all of my expenses comes to $1,046.99. Sorry, it's depressing, I know. Oh, it's at the bottom of this one. So I'm going to add that to my summary so that it comes off of my income. And 99 cents. So now, when we add these together, $23.37.49 plus the $10.46.99, we're at $33.84.48. And if we subtract that from the income, it's going to be going the other way, but it's fine. $14.52. So that means, as you can see, there's no change there, right? That's what we like. We like an even number so that we're not putting nickels and dimes and quarters and pennies into our envelopes. And that means that we have $14.52 to work with for our next section, which is cash envelopes and sinking funds. Now, this can be broken down. See, these are kind of more like the fixed expenses. This is where you can get, a little dicier. It can vary month to month, however you want. So we have $14.52 in my budget to move about this section, cash envelopes and sinking funds. So I have it split up. I do have kind of a lot. You can have more, you can have less. However it works in your life, go ahead and do that. You can have 3, and if that works for your family, that's fine. If you need 30, then that's fine too. If you want to break it down, I'm all for the breakdown, baby, the compartmentalizing, however you want to do it. So that is that. So we're going to go cash envelopes first. We have clothing, beauty, dining out, Elijah's allowance, groceries and snacks, spending, toiletries, gas, school lunch, and work lunch. So those are all my cash envelopes. Okay, so as I go through these, I'm just going to tell you what I'm putting in there, and we'll kind of chit chat as we're stuffing them. Clothing, $75. Beauty, $50. Dining out is $50. Elijah's allowance, I give him $10. Groceries and snacks, I'm going to do $125. Spending, I'm going to do $40. Toiletries, weird. Okay. Toiletries and household, I got $18. Gas, I'm going to do $40. And school lunch, I'm going to do $21. And work lunch, I'm going to do $15. So that comes out to, if you add everything together, that comes out to $444. Like Jay-Z. I was listening to Jay-Z today. It's funny. So $444 for the cash envelopes. The difference between these two is cash envelopes, kind of like the day-to-day expenses. Sinking funds are savings that you're putting away that have a finite date or are an inevitable expense. So my sinking funds are back to school, gifts, Christmas, car maintenance, home, health, vacation, annual memberships, rainy day, passports, and summer childcare. Because we all know that's a thing, okay? So again, we're just going to go down and then we'll chit chat. Back to school, $300. Gifts, I'm going to do $70. Christmas, $38. I don't know why I have these random 8s in here this time. Car maintenance, $38. Home, $500. Health, $15. Vacation, $25. Annual memberships is $6. Rainy day, I can only fit rainy because I started writing and I forgot that I had another word. My rainy day is going to be $16. And nothing for summer childcare or the passports, because those are all paid up. We'll start with the summer childcare in a few months, honey. I need a break from that. So my total here for all of my sinking funds is $1,008. Oh my God, all these eights. I think, whose favorite number is 8? Because you are giving me all of your vibes on this budget. My favorite number is 7, so it's can't be me, honey. Can't be me. So then if we add together the sinking funds plus the cash envelope, so the 444 plus the 1,008, that equals 1,452, which is the number that we needed to carry over anyway. So would you look at that? So cash envelopes, we're going to put in our summary too. Cash envelopes 444. Sinking funds 1,008. So if we add that 1,452 plus the 1,046.99 plus the 233,749, that equals 4836.48, and that equals also what our income is. 48, right? Yeah, so we're at 0. 0 is what we like to see. We like to see zeros on our expense side and our net income side, because that means that every dollar has an assignment. Nothing is lingering. We're not going to get in trouble because, you know, because that $20 in your wallet looked a little lonely. So everything has an assignment, which is perfect. So this is all included in the budget pack. If you pick one up, it kind of walks you through step by step. It's foolproof in my opinion, but I'm always down to answer questions. Always, always, always. Moving through the budget pack, then you have the spending tracker where you can write down what you've spent throughout the month throughout the pay period in cash. Or you can also do your bills on here, doesn't matter. And then banknote is what you are going to take out the bank. So I'll tell you now, this is not what I have, because the bank was playing with me. They were playing on my emotions. They were like, oh, we only have 2 50s. He only had like 4 5s. And there was like 5 people open, 4 or 5 windows open, and they didn't have enough money for me. They cannot hold MGB. So also what I'm thinking, we'll talk about it later. So I have the banknote here. This is how I want my breakdown, so that you can write it down. When you keep it in your planner, you'll be able to flip back. And also you can do this and take a picture and take it to the bank, or coming soon in the shop, I'm going to have some banknote cards where it'll be reusable. You can write this down, hand it to the teller, so you're not, you know, having to try to remember how you want your denominations back or anything like that. So this is super, super helpful. So this totals here 1,452. So I needed 900s, 250s, 15 20s, 8 10s, 11 5s, and 17 1s. And then I carry down the amount over here, which will help me fill these envelopes the way that they need to be filled. I was gonna say felt. That's not right. That's not right at all. So that is what we're doing with that. So I'm gonna get set up for the cash stuffing portion of the video. Okay, so we have arrived at the most coveted part, which is the cash stuffing portion. Now, as you can see overhead, I still have it set up. You can only see up to the 50s, but I do have the 100s over here out of frame. So I'm going to start with the sinking funds, because the cash envelopes are kind of a little bit more complicated. So we'll walk through those and we'll just get the easy stuff out of the way first. So this is my Kate Spade Wellesley wallet. It's not a wallet, sorry, it's a planner. It's personal size. I'm not sure if this one is sold anymore, but if you just Google like Kate Spade zip around planner, I don't know what they're still doing with this or her whole brand since she passed away. But yeah, Poshmark, OfferUp, Mercari, eBay, or if there's an outlet value, if they still have those, this is where I got mine from. So I love it. It's nice to have the zipper for cash envelopes especially. So we're going to go through, and mine haven't changed that much. I do need to kind of revamp them, but probably not until next year, honestly. For the top of the year, they'll probably be new. So we got back to school. Let's just go as we go. At $300. And oh, as you can see, I don't know if you can see here yet, but my denominations are all out of whack. So I hope this balances, like once I get down to it. It's still $1,452, but the way that, you know, it worked out, I just hope I have enough. So we're gonna do $300 in back to school. A lot of this is coming from the refund that I got for summer camp. So I'm just gonna turn that around and just put it in the back to school section. I know a lot of people go ham for back to school, but that honestly should be enough. I hope it's enough. His feet are getting so big. Birthdays, we're going to make, I called it gifts, but we're going to make it birthdays. I'm going to do 70. You guys saw from the last video, thinking I'm just going to get my mom an air fryer. So let me see. I still have money in here. Yeah, should be enough for the air fryer for her birthday. She's a Leo, so her birthday is next month. So I'm going to put the 70 in there. Car tags and maintenance, I'm going to do 38. Oh, wait. Okay, that's behind there. It's in a different order. I'm going to do 38, 35, 738. I miss doing this on camera with you guys so much. So much. Christmas is another 38, 35, 36, 37, and 38. When I was younger, I used to always like to play store because I would always want to be the cashier. So I always feel like I'm living out my cashier dreams here, even though when I worked at Walgreens and Dick's Sporting Goods and in college at SIU, I was a cashier. So I'm just recounting them. Eli allowance. Sorry. Eli activities. Oh, okay, this is a different one. So nothing for activities. Furniture is the same thing as home. So that is gonna get 500. Let me see. Do I want to save? Yeah, I want to save 100 that I'm gonna need for groceries. So I'm just gonna have to do 20s. Let me see. Do I need any more 50s? Not necessarily. So I'm gonna take this 50 as well. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for 50, for 70, for 90, and 5. Yeah. So we're putting that into the home envelope. Y'all, pray for me. Pray for me. If you believe in God, if you believe in Jesus Christ, please pray for me because I'm really hoping for this year, 2020. Childcare for summer, we're skipping, remember? Yeah, it looks super washed out. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll definitely play with the lighting for next time. Fun and entertainment. This is pretty stuffed. See? I didn't even write that down. Fun. I'm just going to write it in and make it 0 so that when I look back, I know to add it in. Health, I'm going to do 15. I hope you guys are staying healthy with all this. This is actually probably going to turn into like my face mask fund over everything. I mean, I like to have, you know, like painkiller, like ibuprofen or children's Tylenol for general stuff, and then like something like a decongestant on hand. But outside of that, luckily we are all healthy. We're a pretty healthy family, so we're probably going to be using this mostly for masks. I'm going to ask in the Facebook group because masks can get expensive, especially for kids when they start losing them. Honey, House fund, it's the same thing. Passports, I'm not going to stuff. That's funded already. Vacation and travel, we're going to put a little bit in here to keep hope alive. You know, keep hope alive that this will be a thing again one day. So since I had a little bit extra income, I decided to put a little bit into this envelope, when usually since March I haven't. Memberships, we are going to do 6. 5, 6. And then rainy day fund, I like to treat just like, oh, this shouldn't be in here. I like to treat rainy day just like how I do with Elijah and emergency savings, like whatever's left over. So for this one, it was the $16. So 10, a 15, a 16. And then it's all in there. So those are all of my sinking funds stuffed. This stays locked up. I do not take this with me anywhere. I probably am going to start just transferring this amount for sinking funds into my sinking fund bank account, because I don't want to keep running into, you know, the banks being short staffed or short cashed, or I did have to stay in there a while while he counted all of these out, and the guy next to me, he was kind of like, yeah. So when I was walking up out the bank, I had my hands ready because I was carrying $14.52 in a lot of bills. Like I wanted 900s, but instead I got like a whole bunch of 20s and 10s and stuff like that. So it looked like a lot more also. So I may just start transferring the sinking funds into my actual account. I like to have it on hand just in case I need like something for car maintenance or to go out for emergency. I'm sorry, not emergency, entertainment or something like that, but it's not worth it. If people are going to just be like looking at me crazy. And that's extra time that I have to spend physically in the bank, in line, you know, breathing in with other people, and, you know, with that whole thing in public. So let's move on to the cash envelopes. This is my cash envelope wallet that I like to carry on the go. I made it. Oh, you guys remember, I showed it in a video. It has the strings in it, so I did make 4. I attached 4 cash envelopes to them to put on the string so that I would have it. And these are my most used ones. I have clothing, gas, spending, and food. That's what we have in here. So we're going to stuff this. Excuse me. So clothing, we're going to do 75, 60, 75. Gas is 40. 20, 40. Flip it over. We got spending. What am I doing for spending? Oh. Yeah, 40. I always say you want to have kind of like something for you. That way you don't feel like you're completely constrained in your budget. It doesn't have to be 40. It can be 10. It can just be like, you know, a pack of gummy worms worth. Whatever makes you feel like, okay, this budget is working. It's worth it. And I'm not restricted. That's so restricted. Food, I like to join this together actually. So I'm going to have dining out and groceries. So groceries is $125, dining out is $50, so that's $175 total. So 1, 20, 40, 60, 75. We're going to do, I like to have 100 in the grocery portion, because it forces me to like get all my groceries that I need like in one time rather than splitting it up into multiple trips, like, okay, 20 here, 25 there. No, I have 100. I'm gonna break 100 anyway. Let me just go ahead and get all my food at one time, and I don't want to graze on that. Elijah's a bottomless pit, so I upped it. I've been upping it, but God, he can eat. Okay, so we got the food, the spending, the gas, and the clothing in here. So that's it for my on-the-go cash envelopes, my most used ones. And then for the ones that I kind of don't use as much is everything else. So we got beauty and hair. We're gonna do 50. So I've been a little more into doing my hair, so I'm gonna add in a little bit extra for me. I'm trying to see, do I need I'm gonna need 1.5 because we already did clothing. Yes, I'm gonna need 1.5. So what am I doing? Beauty, 20, 40, 50. Jeez. Clothing, I have in my other one. I made a new one of that. Dining out, also have, that's part of my food. Eli miscellaneous, this is his allowance portion. Okay, so actually I'm gonna go ahead and make change from Elijah's allowance because I like to give him a 5 and 5 singles just in case, but again, since the bank was a little finicky this time, I'm gonna have to make do. So I took out 10 singles and 2 5s from his envelope, put it down. So I'm gonna take that and change it with a 20, and then he's just gonna have a solid 10 for this this paycheck's allowance. So that's that for Eli miscellaneous. This is a Pokemon one. Again, it doesn't look like this, it's kind of washed out, but it's like a Pokeballs. If you guys like it, let me know. Can have that listed. Gas, I changed. I have a new one. Groceries, again, that's coupled in. Me time is kind of in spending now. Don't use that. Special events, no. Spending again. And then toiletries is active. Yeah, this toiletries one is active. So I'm gonna have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for toiletries. Stuff that. And then, oh, here are my other two. Then I got these two, school lunch and work lunch. So work lunch is 15. Let's see if this works out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. For me, I better be skinny because I cut my work lunch in half. Okay? And honestly, y'all, I've been working so much. Eating has been like the last thing, because when I eat, I want to go to sleep, and I know I can't go to sleep because I got stuff to do, so then I don't eat. So $15 should be fine. That's my work lunch envelope. And then school lunch is 21, so 20 and 1. We made it work. So with the school lunch, this also counts as summer camp lunch now because they have to bring their food. They don't want to serve. I can't remember if they always had them bringing their food now that I think about it. But again, with COVID, they don't want to be, you know, kids to be served and them be touching all over stuff. So they have to bring their own lunch in their lunchbox every day. So that's that. So I have to buy like lunch meat, bread, snacks, cookies, Capri Sun, Gatorade, water bottle, all that stuff. It's gonna come out of there. Leave me alone. So that is everything. We are clear. We have used all of our cash of $1,452. Everything has an envelope, which means everything has an assignment, which means we have a zero-based budget. So if you guys liked this type of video, then go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what else you want to see. I do these. I try to do these I'm going to try to do these twice a month with every pay period so that you guys can see, and I'll try to give you also more updates. If not on YouTube, then definitely on Instagram and in the Facebook group as to how everything is moving along, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers and members and followers on Facebook and everything like that. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting everything answered that you need to. So I'll be providing more updates and open the floor more to you guys. But also down in the comments, let me know, how do you budget? Do you budget digitally or on pen and paper? Do you budget with your spouse, or you're a single parent? How do you do it? So me, I am a single mom of one child. Probably should set this in the beginning. I'm a single mom of one child, and I live at home with my mom, and I'm in the process of saving, working through, praying for a house. So that's where I am in life. So let me know where you guys are in life and how your budget reflects that. Again, check out the Patreon, link is down below. Go ahead and join the Facebook group. Lots of goodies coming in there. And yeah, it's just gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a good second half to 2020. It can't all be bad, right? It cannot all be bad. Thank you guys so much for your support, sticking around and staying subscribed. Hope you're happy, healthy, and safe, and I will talk to you later. Peace out.